वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवम् बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दम् परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारम् प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
इदं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रयेऽभीष्टसिद्धये
आत्मानम् अखिलाधारम् आश्रयेऽभीष्टसिद्धये
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दानतीतद्वैतभानतः
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दानतीतद्वैतभानतः
गुरुनाराध्य वेदान्तसारम् वक्ष्ये यथामति।
गुरूणाराध्य वेदान्तसारं वक्ष्ये यथामते।
आत्म साक्षात्कार साधनानि. That is the chapter, fifth chapter, what we are seeing. The chapter begins with Pratama Sadhanam. In fact, it is Mukhya Sadhanam. In fact, it is Angi. For us, it is Angi. Shravanam, Mananam, Nidityasanam. Shravanam is Angi. We saw, if you remember, the two sampradaya, Bhamati sampradaya and Vivarana sampradaya. Bhamati sampradaya gives importance to Nididhyasanam. Vivarana sampradaya gives importance to Shravanam. We all belong to Vivarana sampradaya. We give importance to Shravanam. Shravanam ityukte kim? Shravanam nama षड्विधलिङ्गैः अशेषवेदान्तानाम् अद्वितीयवस्तुनि तात्पर्यवधारणम्. That is what Shravanam is. Advitiya vastu vastuni tatparyavadharanam. Shravanena bhavati. Shadvida linga tatparya purvakam. That is Shravanam. Shadvidalinga upakramopasamharaha abhyaso purvathapalam artavadopapattischa lingam tatparya nirnaye. Tatparya, tatparata, arriving at the tatparya of the Shastram to be the Advitiya Brahma. That is by Shravanam. Therefore, Shravanena eva jnanam. Shravanam, listening to, being exposed to the Pramanam. Pramana creates the vritti. The vritti, that is in the form of knowledge. So, therefore, that vritti drives away the ajnanam. Therefore, ajnana vritti is knocked out by jnana vritti. Therefore, Shravanena eva jnanam. Therefore, Shravanam is mukhya sadhanam. That is why Angi for Vivarana Sampradaya, which we saw. Then followed by Mananam and Nididhyasanam. Followed by Mananam and Nididhyasanam. Mananam and Nididhyasanam, they do not produce knowledge. They are for Pratibandha Nivritti. Samshaya is a Pratibandha. Viparyaya is also a Pratibandha, Viparita Bhavana. For the removal of that, therefore, Mananam Shutasya Advitiya Vastunaha Advitiya Brahmanaha Vedanta Anuguna Yukti Bihi Anavaratam Anuchintanam. That is Mananam, as the author says here. Anavaratam, without any gap, continuous thinking, always thinking. Advitiya Vastunaha Vedanta Anugunam. Anuguna Yukti Bihi, in keeping with the Yukti of the Vedanta. Pratasya Brahmanaha Vedanta Avirodini Bihi Yukti Bihi. Nairantaryena Anavaratam Anuchintaram Mananam. Then Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam ityukte kim? Vijatiya Dehadi Pratyaya Ragita Advitiya Vastu Sajatiya Pratyaya Pravagha. Nididhyasanam. The same definition for Dhyanam also. What is Dhyanam? Sajatiya Pratyaya Pravagha. Vijatiya Pratyaya Anantarita Sajatiya Vritti Pravagha Pratyaya Pravagha Dhyanam. That is Nididhyasanam. So Nididhyasanam, this is what we have been seeing the last class with Nididhyasanam. In fact, we did. Nididhyasanam is nothing but pravagha, the flow. Flow of what? Pratyaya pravagha, vritti pravagha, flow of thoughts. What type of thoughts? Sajatiya, samana jatiya, in which the same thought occurs again and again for the period of meditation. Therefore, Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam we translate as Vedantic meditation, where we deliberately means effort is involved. The same thought. But the thought is, if when we say Nididhyasanam, the thought is with regard to Advitiya Vastu. So, The difference between dhyanam and nididhyasanam is the pratyaya, the content of the pratyaya. If the content of pratyaya is advitiya vastu brahma, then it is nididhyasanam. If it is anything else, then it is just dhyanam. Content is advitiya vastu. Advitiya vastu meaning what is there is only Ishvara, Brahma alone. Therefore, there the meditator and the object of meditation are not different. Whereas in Dhyanam, the meditator and the object of meditation are different. Like in Upasana, Japa, etc. So, in Japa also deliberately a thought is put into the mind. And so there, after some time, the Japa stops, the person is completely focused on the Devata, with the awareness that I am the meditator and the Devata is the meditated. The content of the flow of the Pratyaya is the Devata, and the meditator, they continue to be different. Therefore, there it is Dvaitam. Whereas here, that is Dhyanam, whereas here in Nididhyasanam, it is Advitiya. So therefore, the difference between Dhyanam and Nididhyasanam, in Dhyanam there is Dvaitam, because the meditator is different from the object of meditation. Dhyata, Dheya, Dhyayat, Binnaha. Whereas in Nididhyasanam, there is no difference. Dhyayam is Dhyata. The meditator is what is meditated upon. That is Ish Brahma, Advitiya Vastu. So therefore, Nididhyasanam is focusing upon the Atma, where the stream of thoughts is with regard to the Advitiya Vastu. Sajatiya, Pratyaya Pravaha. Not only that, should be uninterrupted by Vijatiya, Dehadi Pratyaya. Pratyaya, the thoughts with regard to Deha, etc. Body, mind, sense complex, and that which is connected through the body, the identity with the body, the doership, etc. All uninterrupted by Vijatiya. Sajatiya, Samana Jatiya, Vijatiya, Viruddha Jatiya, not the thoughts not of the same kind, different thoughts, Deha, etc. So uninterrupted by Vijatiya Pratyaya, and there is continuous flow of Sajatiya Pratyaya, that is Nididhyasanam. So therefore, uninterrupted flow of thought upon the Advitiya Vastu Brahma is Nididhyasanam. That is the definition of Nididhyasanam. So, Nididhyasanam, therefore, in Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyanam is there. Dharanam, Dhyana, Samadhi. So, Dhyanam of Ashtanga Yoga is, we can compare that to Nididhyasanam. In Ashtanga Yoga, after that, there is one more step, Samadhi. In fact, that is the next topic. The author is going to present Samadhi. Samyak adiyate manaha yasmin iti. Samadhi. Therefore, Samadhi means absorption. Samadhi is absorption in the object of meditation. Effortlessly abiding in the object of meditation. In Dhyanam, of course, there is a certain effort involved. When no more effort is required because of Abhyasa, as Bhagavan Krishna says in the Gita, Abhyasena tu kaunteya, Vairagyena cha grigyate, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna, Pramati bhalavadridam, when Arjuna asked, then Bhagavan said, Abhyasa, by practice it is possible. Therefore, by a long practice, when a person long practices dhyanam, then a point is reached where no more effort is required because of practice. Therefore, dhyanam will culminate in samadhi. So, in samadhi, without any effort, the thoughts of the same pratyaya, sajatiya pratyaya, pravaha will happen. Sajatiya pratyaya pravaha. Why do we require nididhyas from the sajatiya pratyaya pravaha? Because there are obstacles to gaining jnana nishta. Even though jnanam happens only when the person is exposed to the pramanam shastram, the words of the shastram creates a jnana vritti. So jnanam happens only in shravanam. But there are pratibandha. The first pratibandha which is taken care by shravanam. That is pratibandha to jnanam is pratama. Pratibandha is avaranam, ajnanam. Ajnanam is taken care by shravanam. Then the other pratibandhas, samshaya and viparyaya. Samshaya is doubt. Doubt with regard to pramana and doubt with regard to prameya. So, therefore, mananam removes this dvitiya pratibandha by removing or by resolving all the doubts and vagueness with the help of Shruti Anuguna Yukti Bihi. Yukti, the reasoning is involved in Mananam. So by reasoning out, all the doubts are resolved. After that, the next Pratibandha is Viparyaya, habitual error, Viparita Bhavana, Viparyaya. Therefore, the Viparyaya, therefore Viparita Bhavana is required. Viparyaya is habitual error. The previous samskaras are so strong, which poses itself as an obstacle from the knowledge becoming spontaneous. So therefore, aham brahma asmi iti, that jnanam is not spontaneous. Aham dehosmi, that samskara is so strong, it has to be replaced by aham brahmasmi. Aham deho, the jagatma buddhi is so strong, so it has to be replaced by aham satchidanandoham. So to abide in that knowledge, therefore, the habitual error which poses an obstacle, the pratibandha, prevents a person from becoming spontaneous in jnanam. Therefore, nididhyasanam is suggested. So when nididhyasanam becomes ripe, when no effort is required, then it culminates in samadhi. So this habitual error is something, a great obstacle. Because taking the body mind sense to be the oneself, identifying with the gender, even gender, age, all these the notions, false notions, they are strongly entrenched in the mind. Even though we know they are false, they are not me, but when these thoughts occur, they distract the sadhaka from the knowledge, from the conviction that aham brahmasmi. And more we involve in vyavahara, therefore these thoughts would be there, therefore distract the person. So therefore nididhyasanam also requires a certain conducive environment. Otherwise also it's fine, but one has to be alert if a person is really sincere, if they are mumukshu. Once it firmly entrenches this vritti, this sajatya pratyaya, advitya vastu, brahma pratyaya, then after that, any vyavahara, involving vyavahara will not be a problem. Vyavahara cannot disturb. Because in the beginning, the mind is not yet completely out of the old samskaras, old tendencies. Old tendencies are always strong and they will not leave so easily. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says they are like the scum on the water. By effort, you can remove it and you can see the clear water. But the moment you lift your hands, again they will come and cover the water. You can't see the crystal clear water. So therefore, effort is required. That is why alertness, these habitual errors, viparya, they can be overcome by alertness, alert living. Because the old habits, the old samskaras tend to surface again and again, therefore, and particularly Dehatma Buddhi. Dehatma Buddhi, in spite of Shastram, studying Shastram, this Dehatma Buddhi is not so easy to be given up because it is so strong. Even though we know they are anatma, aham na manaha, na degaha, na indriyani, but still, the abhimana is so strong. The abhimana is so strong that we may accept, acknowledge when somebody insults us or hurt us. We get hurt. It means abhimana is that. Getting hurt is confirms that dehabhimana. Who can hurt me? If aham sachidanandoham, who can really hurt me? Who can make me feel angry? So anger, hurt, all this shows that dehabhimana, dehabuddhi is there. Even though Shastram we have studied, and we know that aham advitiya vastu brahma, the jagat is mithya, it is Ishvara alone, it's a reality, but still, that moment, the vision is disturbed by our purva samskara, the dehabhimana. So giving up the ego is not easy. Therefore, only this alert living, abiding in the knowledge by nididhyasanam, alert living, that takes care of the pratibandha, the last pratibandha, which is viparya. So therefore, shravanena ajnana nivrittihi, mananat samshaya nivrittihi, nididhyasanena viparya nivrittihi. So remaining alert and assimilating the idea that aham atma brahma iti. So because the habitual errors are recurring, therefore alertness is suggested. Being alert to the thoughts, alert to our reactions, responses, alert to our action, vyavahara in the world. In spite of vyavahara, involved in vyavahara, ascertaining the truth that aham atma brahma all the time. So the alert assertion and the practice until the knowledge becomes natural, spontaneous, until the knowledge becomes effortless. Dehoham manushyoham should be replaced by asangoham sachidanandam till it happens. When it happens effortlessly, then that is the conviction, that is nididhyasanam, that is nishta. So in the beginning, effort is required, nididhyasanam, and later effort becomes unnecessary. That meditation, our living itself is meditation. A sadhaka who has practiced this, then is living, is always meditating. Meditation becomes effortless. That leads to samadhi. That leads to samadhi. Samadhi is there is no effort. In the nididhyasanam, effort is involved. When effort is not there, then it leads to samadhi. And the samadhi, that's what the next topic is. And samadhi, the author shows here, in fact, the samadhi, the term, is borrowed from Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. We have to recall what we have seen before the break. The three types of Nididhyasanam. How Nididhyasanam can be practiced? One is by punaha, paunaf punyena shravanam kuryat. That is Shravana Rupa Nididhyasanam, Shravana Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. In fact, this is suggested by Sureshwaracharya in the Naishkarmya Siddhi. Nididhyasanam is for Nididhyasanam, we don't have to sit in a particular asana and do meditation. So there are no rules. Punaf punaha, paunaf punyena shravanam. Continuous listening to the Shastra. That is itself Nididhyasana. Shravana Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. There is one type of Nididhyasanam, first Nididhyasanam. The second is Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. In the Panchadashi Vidyaranya Muni, the 7th chapter discusses Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. Tat Chintanam, Tat Katanam, Anyoyam Tat Prabodhanam. Etadeva Paratvancha Brahmabhyasam Vidurbudaha iti, he says, Tat Chintanam, Tat Katanam, Anyoyam Tat Prabodhanam. Tat Chintanam, thinking. Tat Katanam, speaking about Brahmavastu. Anyoyam Tat Prabodhanam, sharing the same, the Vastu. But that is Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. All the Vyavahara is centered around this Brahma. So that keeps the Vedanta, the Pratyaya very strong in the mind which is not distracted by any other thought. So Tat Chintanam, Tat Katanam, whenever or whatever you do, whenever you get time to sit alone, it is good. Otherwise also, all the time, irrespective of whatever may be the action, while walking or while cooking or whatever, entertaining the thoughts with regard to Brahma, Dvitiya Vastu Brahma. That is Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. Therefore, that doesn't require any place or condition, any place, any time. Chintanam, Advitiya Brahma Vastu Chintanam. Tat Katanam, when people of same nature, same when sadhakas, with the Saha party, Saha Brahmacharis. Tat Katanam, speaking about the same Advitiya Vastu Brahma, talking, sharing, everything. So all the actions, whether it is verbal, if it is verbal, then the topic is Brahma. The topic is not anything other than Brahma. If it is the person works, is busy in action, some action, whatever be the action, cooking, cleaning, or whatever, whether it's household or even in the office, thinking about Brahma. A part of the mind always will be thinking about Brahma. This is Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasana. So irrespective of the place or situation, time, or whatever it may be, or whatever may be the occupation, the profession, the person entertains a thought that Aham Brahmasmi always. A part of the mind always is connected to, sticking to this thought. That is Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. Though it is difficult if the person engages in the Vyavahara, but this is Abhyasa. This is also a type of Nididhyasanam. And if the person is completely a mumukshu, not involved in the Vyavahara, he has all the time for himself, then Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam is possible, and it is easy also, because nothing else to do, being committed to only moksha. Therefore, all the time he thinks, he contemplates on Brahma. Contemplating doesn't require any particular posture or sitting, any action, any place. You can think about, you can entertain the thought of Brahma deliberately. Thought of Brahma to be myself. That is Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam, which Vidyaranya Muni discusses in the 7th chapter of the Panchadashi, we will be seeing that. Then the third type of nididhyasana is samadhi abhyasa rupa nididhyasana, where the rules are involved, the steps to meditation. As Bhagavan says in the Gita, sitting on the asana, it should not be too high or too low, nati uchutam, nati nicham, and also spreading the asana, the 3 layers, and sitting on a place with neither too high nor low. So all the other conditions. Then sitting in meditation, a quiet place where there are no disturbance, and practicing the samadhi, contemplating on Brahma. That is samadhi abhyasa rupa nididhyasana. And samadhi, the last step in Ashtanga Yoga, and that is what the author here, it takes up samadhi and is going to present the samadhi, the types of samadhi. So samadhi, now the samadhi doesn't produce knowledge. Samadhi is for absorption, abidance in the knowledge. Knowledge already happened in Shravanam. In order to make the knowledge more alive, in order to make oneself aware to this knowledge all the time, therefore samadhi is practiced. This is a big confusion, and the samadhi, in samadhi, through samadhi only the person becomes liberated. There is no such thing. Samadhi helps the person to abide in that knowledge. The knowledge happens only in Shravanam. So samadhi is absorption in the knowledge. So that's why we always say Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. We don't talk about samadhi. Here the author talks about samadhi because the author here presents in keeping with the Ashtanga Yoga. The Ashtanga Yoga, the last step is samadhi, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So therefore samadhi also is nothing but a form of nididhyasanam only. So samadhi is also a form of nididhyasanam only. That's why we say samadhi abhyasa rupa nididhyasanam. As mananam and nididhyasanam are not meant for knowledge, only for removing the pratibandha nivritti. Similarly, samadhi also. Samadhi is all samadhi where the person sits in a particular posture, a particular place, and entertain the thoughts of Brahma. Therefore, it is like nididhyasanam. It is nothing but nididhyasanam. Only our extension of nididhyasanam. So nididhyasanam can be Shravana Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam or Brahma Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. Different from that is Samadhi Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam, where the person, following the steps of meditation, get absorbed in the thought of Advitiya Vastu Brahma. Therefore, Samadhi. So we always say Samadhi is nothing, but it is an extension of Nididhyasanam. It is Nididhyasanam only. Now, the Samadhi. Therefore, through Samadhi na natu jnanam tu shravanena eva. And Samadhi we translate as absorption. So absorption means absorbing into what? Abidance into what? The knowledge must be there, preceded by jnanam. In that you absorb. Therefore, in Shravanam itself, jnanam happens. So to abide in that knowledge, therefore Samadhi. An effortless abidance, that is Samadhi. That author will point out. The one who is able to enjoy this effortless abidance in this jnanam, that person is called Sata Prajna. Sata Prajna se ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. The question is Samadhistasya keshava. Arjuna asked. Therefore, who is Sthita Prajna? Who is able to get absorbed in the Advitiya Vastu? Who is in Samadhi? He enjoys Samadhi. Whether he interacts with the world or with himself, he enjoys Samadhi, absorption in the thought of Advitiya Vastu Brahma, where the Deha Vimana, the Vimana with the Sharira Mana Sangata completely ceases, and the Atma Advitiya Vastu Brahma is, the knowledge of Advitiya Vastu Brahma is clear, and therefore mind naturally goes into Samadhi. Therefore, Samadhi is not any particular state of the body or the mind. It is absorption into oneself, the oneself being the Atma, therefore self-absorption. We translate absorption or abiding in the knowledge. That is what Samadhi is. So this Samadhi is different from the Patanjali Yoga Shastra Samadhi, because in the Yoga Shastra, it is Dvaita Siddhanta. They accept Purusha and Prakriti. They accept the Purusha and Prakriti. The very first sutra is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. For them, the mind is an obstacle. Therefore, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. But Chitta Vritti Nirodha is regulation of the thoughts of the mind. Whereas, for the mind is an obstacle. Whereas for us, mind is not an obstacle. In fact, mind is also, it's mithya. Mind is also mithya. So it is not an obstacle in the sense you don't have to eliminate it, you don't have to remove it. Mind is also a part of, mind is mithya. For us, Purusha is only, there is no Prakriti, because Prakriti is mithya. For them, Purusha and Prakriti, both are realities. Whereas for us, for Advaitins, it is Purusha only. Therefore, what about Prakriti? Prakriti is mithya. The mind is also mithya. Atma is nityam, Prakriti is mithya. So therefore, whether mind is there or not, whatever it is, the truth is satyam. Dharma is satyam, it is nityam. So always Atma is shining. So irrespective of the condition of the mind, you know it or not, but it is, Atma is always nityaha. So mind cannot cover, Prakriti cannot cover the Purusha, because Prakriti is mithya. So in that way, differing from the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which is a Dvaita Darshana. Yoga is Dvaita Darshana. Now here the author, he borrows that topic, the Samadhi. Now we will see what Samadhi is. So therefore Samadhi is not a special state. It is absorption into oneself. That is what Samadhi. In fact, the word Samadhi, Samyak, in Bhashyam in some place, Bhashyakara says, some place, Samyak adiyate manaha antakanam yasmin tat Samadhi. The Samadhi based on effort, it is divided into two types. So that the author says here, let us read. Samadhi dvividaha.
Samadhiः
समाधिः
द्विविधः
द्विविधः
सविकल्पो निर्विकल्पकश्च इति.
सविकल्पो
सविकल्पो
निर्विकल्पश्च
निर्विकल्पश्च
इति
इति
Savikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Samadhi dvividaha. The author doesn't define what Samadhi is, but he says the types of Samadhi, and then he will define the types. Samadhi dvividaha. Samadhi of two types, Savikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa. Savikalpaka or Nirvikalpaka, both are okay. Savikalpa Samadhi or Savikalpaka Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi or Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. From the word itself, we can understand. Sa Vikalpa. Nirvikalpa. So Samadhi Dvidaha, Savikalpa Nirvikalpa. Kalpa means Kalpana. Kalpa. Vikalpa. Vikalpa is Vividha Kalpa. Kalpa, Vikalpa. Kalpa is Kalpana. Imagination, Kalpana. Vikalpa is Vividha Kalpa. Vividha Kalpa, Vividha Kalpana. Vividha Kalpana is, that is the subject-object division. Vividha, Veda. Vividha, Veda. Veda Kalpana. Therefore, if it is Vividha, Vikalpa, if it is Vikalpa, Sa Vikalpa, Vikalpena Saha Vartate, it means in the Samadhi, there are divisions. Kalpa, Vividha Kalpa, Vividha Kalpena Saha Vartate, Savi Kalpaha. It means that the divisions are involved. Dhyata, Dhyanam, and Dhyeya. Knower, known, knowledge. So Sa Vikalpa is that which is obtained with Vikalpa. Vividha Kalpa. It means divisions, duality. So Savikalpa is there where duality is involved. Duality means not exactly two, more than one. It means there is awareness. Even though the Samadhi is regard to Advitiya Vastu Brahma, where there is awareness of the meditator, meditated, and meditation. So therefore, Savikalpa, the object of meditation is, even though it is Advitiya Vastu Brahma, but where there is awareness on the part of the meditator. Awareness is the three factors. They are there in the form of the experience for the meditator. The knower, the meditator, and the meditation. Knower, known, and the knowledge. Whereas in Nirvikalpa, the Dvaitam, the Dvaitam and this Tripati Veda, knower, known, knowledge are not there. So that is the difference between Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa. So therefore, Savikalpa, Nirvikalpa, it is there the thought is with regard to the Brahma alone, but in Savikalpa there are divisions. In Nirvikalpa there is no divisions. Therefore, Advitiya Vastu being what it is. Therefore, this state of Samadhi, it has to do with the mind, not with the Atma. It has to do with the mind. In the Savikalpa Samadhi, the meditator meditates, absorbed in Advitiya Vastu Brahma with the awareness of the divisions, the Tripati Veda. Tripati Veda is Jnata, Jnanam, and Jnaya. Whereas in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there is no awareness of the Tripati Veda. Completely absorbed in the Advitiya Vastu Brahma. That is the difference. Therefore, Savikalpa means there duality is there. Duality means you should not confuse the duality means it is not Advitiya. It is not Dvaitam in the sense of reality. There is awareness of the Tripati Bheda. The Bheda, the differences one is aware of. The meditator is aware of. Therefore, it is Savikalpa. That's why I said it has to do with the mind, not with the Atma, not with the Advitiya Vastu Brahma. And in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there is complete Advaita. I mean, the Tripati Veda is not there. So, in fact, in Yoga Shastra, it is called Sampragnata Samadhi, Asampragnata Samadhi. They are the states of mind, not of the Atma. Atma doesn't have any state. Even when we say Turiya, Chaturtha Avastha, there is no Chaturtha Avastha. Only three avasthas are the Jagras, Swapna, Sushupti. And that which is present in all the avastha, that it itself doesn't have any particular avastha because it is the truth of all the avastha. Though we say Turiyam, Chaturtham, Manyate, it is not Chaturtha, it is the truth. Similarly, here also, the Samadhi is, in fact, the word Samyak, Adiyate Manaha has been, it has to do with the states of mind, not of the Vastu. So, the knowledge of the Advitiya Vastu, when the knowledge of the Advitiya Vastu involves the presence of the Tripati Veda, then that Samadhi is Savikalpa Samadhi. When the knowledge of the Advitiya Vastu Brahma involves the absence of the Tripati, then it is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, the knowledge of Advitiya Vastu Brahma being there in both the Samadhi in which is accompanied with the awareness of Tripati Bheda, the Savikalpa, when that is not there, then it is Nirvikalpa. Nirvikalpa. Nir, devoid of. So, Vikalpa is not there. Therefore, Nirvikalpa. Vikalpa calls for the divisions. Vikalpa means divisions. Calls for the division of this Tripati Veda. Sa Vikalpaha. The meditator meditates on the Advitiya Vastu Brahma. The meditator is aware of himself and meditation, that is doing meditation. And also the object of meditation where it is Atma. So that is Savikalpa. Whereas Nirvikalpa, there is complete absorption. So it means in Savikalpa, there is effort involved. So Nididhyasanam, after Nididhyasanam, when the person, the Shavana Abhyasarupa Nididhyasanam, when the person practices, it begins with the effort. Then it is the Savikalpa Samadhi. After practicing Savikalpa Samadhi for a length of time, then because of long practice, effortlessly he is absorbed in the object of meditation, that is Brahma, that it culminates in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. It's considered to be the highest state because it is not easy. It requires a lot of practice. So, a person entering into Nirvikalpa Samadhi with the knowledge which is gained in Shravanam and the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the Nishta, because of practice, it gets abidance in the knowledge. And therefore, it gains Nishta, Jnana Nishta, becomes a Siddha Prajna. Not that Nirvikalpa Samadhi produces Jnanam. A person not having exposed to Shastra, not having exposed with no Shravanam, directly entering into Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where the object of meditation not Advitiya Vastu Brahma, but the person is completely absorbed in something, where he's not aware of the Tripati Veda. That doesn't produce anything. When he comes out of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he'll be the same person as he was before. So this is not understood, therefore there is confusion with regard to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi preceded by Shravanam, then the person gains Nishta, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, therefore the Jnana Nishta Sata Prajna Lakshana, what is talked about in Gita, the person effortlessly abides in this knowledge, irrespective of his the living condition, whether he involves in Vyavahara or not Vyavahara, so he always abides in that knowledge. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Without being exposed to Shastram, without Shravanam, if the person enters Nirvikalpa Samadhi, a fool entering into Nirvikalpa Samadhi will emerge out of Nirvikalpa Samadhi as he was before. He was as a fool only. So therefore, Nirvikalpa Samadhi doesn't produce knowledge. The person, it makes a person absorbed in the knowledge. It means the person must have knowledge before, and the knowledge gets strengthened, strongly entrenched in the person, in the mind of the person, and it's completely absorbed in himself. So that is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So therefore Samadhi, because Samadhi is a state of mind, not of the Atma. Whether Samadhi is there or not, Atma is always there. Atma is Nityaha. Therefore, how can Nirvikalpa Samadhi be a prerequisite for moksha? So this is another confusion. Through Nirvikalpa Samadhi only a person gains moksha. It is not, because Nirvikalpa Samadhi is Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam is not for gaining moksha. Moksha is only through jnanam. That happens in Shravanam only. Therefore, for moksha, Shravanam is the primary factor. That is why Angi. Mananam and Nididhyasanam are meant only for Pratibandha Nivritti. So therefore, there is an illusion, delusion, and Pratibandhas are removed through Mananam and Nididhyasanam. Then the person gains clarity and absorbs in himself. Therefore, one may think that Samadhi produces moksha. It is not so. And Samadhi is not so. It's not a separate state. Avastha, in fact, comes under Jagrat Avastha only. Because in Jagrat Avastha only, he enters into Samadhi. Not in Sushupti or Swapna. So, therefore, it is not a separate state. It is a state of the mind. It is not a state of Atma. So, that's only three avastha. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. There is no Nirvikalpa Samadhi avastha. The person who is in Jagrat avastha and practices Samadhi, enters in Nirvikalpa Samadhi and gains Nishtha in Jnana. That is Shravana Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasana. So this must be clear. So because there are confusions in the spiritual world, that Nirvikalpa Samadhi is a prerequisite for moksha. It is not. We don't accept that. It is not true. So Savikalpaka, Nirvikalpaka iti Samadhi dvidha bhavati. So Nirvikalpa Samadhi is absorption without effort. Savikalpa Samadhi, absorption with effort. There is conscious absorption. There is awareness of the Triputi Veda. Whereas Nirvikalpa, there is no awareness. The person is completely absorbed. So, absorbed into what? Absorbed into the Advitiya Vastu. That is himself. So this absorption is now also not a thoughtless state. It is not that mind, it is devoid of thought. The content of the thoughts will be there. The content of the pratyaya is Advitiya Vastu, Brahma. Aham. Aham without any upadhi, without any visheshana. In other states, what happens? The aham is always with some visheshana. Aham stulaha, aham krishaha, aham ragi, aham rogi, bhogi, whatever it is. But in this absorption, so shuddha aham always is there. That is the content of the pratyaya. So it is not a thoughtless state. It cannot be a thoughtless state. And this samadhi is in only Jagrata Avastha. In Jagrata Avastha, mind will be there. Mind is always active. The mind with the thought. Mind is nothing but thought. And what is the content of the thought? Content of the pratyaya? It is Brahma. In fact, pratyaya is Brahma. But Brahma is not the pratyaya. The aham, the Brahma, the word Atma, whatever we use, that we use only to refer to ourselves, oneself, the Atma. In fact, that word Atma, Brahma it is a Nama Rupa. It is without any words, just be with oneself. That is the content of the pratyaya. Therefore, it is not a thoughtless state. How can it be a thoughtless state? If at all there is thoughtless state, it is only sushupti, because there is no thought. In Sapna, there are thoughts, mind is active. In Jagrata Avastha also there is, of course, there are thoughts because mind is active. And Nirvikalpa Samadhi, absorption is not a thoughtless state. It is not to silence the mind. There, the pratyaya being there, and the content of the pratyaya is myself. Myself without any namarupa. So that myself, whether we call it by the name Brahma or Atma, whatever it is. Again, Brahma, Atma, it is the word what we use. It is just being. That is the content of the pratyaya. So in Nirvikalpa, without any effort, you enjoy the awareness of yourself. In Savikalpa, with effort. So that is the difference. Now, the author, next, he defines what is Savikalpa is. Vikalpena saha vartate. Vividakalpena saha vartate. Vividakalpaha vikalpaha saha vartate savikalpaha. Let us read. Tatra savikalpako nama.
तत्र सविकल्पको नाम
ज्ञातृ ज्ञानादि
ज्ञातृ ज्ञानादि
विकल्पलय अनपेक्षया
विकल्पलय अनपेक्षया
अद्वितीय वस्तुनि
अद्वितीय वस्तुनि
आकार आकारितायाः
तद् आकार आकारितायाः
चित्तवृत्तेः
चित्तवृत्तेः
अवस्थानम् abapurvaka stadhatu lit pratyaya avasthanam. Avasthanam is abidance, remaining, absorption. So savikalpa samadhi is avasthanam. Chittavrittehe avasthanam is chittavrittehe avasthanam. So that is not absence of the chittavritti. Chitta being there, mind being there, vritti always will be there. Chittavritti pratyaya. Chittavrittehe avasthanam. Absorption. Chittavrittehe avasthanam. Tad akara akaritaya. Tad akarita akara. Tad means kim tat advitiya vastuni. Advitiya vastu brahma akara akaritaya. Chittavrittehe avasthanam. Avasthanam, remaining chittavrittehe, vritti of the mind, remains in the form akara akaritaya. Akara is form. Akarita, what is akarita? That is advitiya vastu brahma. So akara akaritaya with jnana, jnatra jnana adi vikalpa laya anapekshaya, without laya, without the resolution, without the merging of the differences, that is vikalpa, like jnatra jnana adi padat, jnayam, knower, known, and the knowledge. Knower, jnatra, knower, known, and knowledge. Without the differences, without merging the distinctions, the differences. That state of the mind is called savikalpa, where there is absorption of the mind with advitiya vastu brahma, with absorption of mind with the atma. So savikalpa samadhi, tatra is among the two types of samadhi. Savikalpa is jnatra jnadadi vikalpalaya anapekshaya, without involving the merging of these differences like jnatra jnana, etc. Anapekshaya. Apeksha means apeksha, expectation, involvement. Anapekshaya, not involving. What not involving? Laya anapekshaya. There is no resolution of. There is no resolution. There is no involvement or there is no resolution involving the resolution. So laya means dissolution. So there is no dissolution of this jnatra jnanadi vikalpa. That means triputi beda will be there. Jnatra, that is the knower, jnanam, the knowledge, and jnayam, the object of knowledge. The triputi beda without resolution, without involving the laya, the dissolution or resolution of these differences, vikalpa, differences like this jnatra, jnanam, jnayam. Then chitta vrittehi avasthanam, the thought remain in the object of meditation. Chitta vritti, chittasya vrittihi, chitta vrittihi. Avasthanam is abundance, continue, remaining. Therefore, it is not absence of thought. The thought being there, the thought continues. Because this is samadhi is practiced in Jagrata Avastha only. How can there be absence of thought? This is another confusion. Nirvikalpa samadhi, no thoughts, therefore, nirvikalpa. Therefore, no thoughts, therefore, thoughtless. Cannot be. We cannot silence the mind. Mind is given. It will have thoughts. What type of thought here? Advitiya Vastu. Advitiya Vastu means that is Vastu, the Brahma. That is the Jivatma Paramatma, the Veda differences resolved. But Brahma is Aham Asmi iti. Aham is what? Aham without any coloring. Aham Atma Brahma iti Aham Nityaha Shuddhaha. So that Brahma, Tad Akara Akaritayaha. Tad Akarita means Chitta Vritti in keeping with this Advitiya Vastu Brahma. So therefore there is no other thought. Mind taking the form of means mind entertaining the thoughts of this Advitiya Vastu Brahma. Advitiya means there is no difference. There is no Jivatma Paramatma difference. That's what Advitiya is. There is Aikyam is involved. Aikyam, the Aikyam Jnanam. So therefore there is Aikyam. It means there is no individuality. There is no Ahankara, there is no Mamakara. Aham Atma Brahma is Aham Ishvaraha, Jagat Karanam Brahma. That is a thought. So that is a thought. The Chitta Vritti taking the form of that Jnanam, the Jnana Vritti. And therefore there it is remaining in that Jnana Vritti for a length of time without the with the differences of Jnatra, Jnanam and Jnayam, Laya Anapekshaya, that is called Savikalpa, Savikalpa Samadhi iti. Next one is Nirvikalpa. And here it is, the author gives an example also for Savikalpa Samadhi, which we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidham Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadah.
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवादः शरण्जी।